Could the obstruction of justice case currently before the Supreme Court potentially bar charges against a former president? Now, that's a thought to ponder. In the early days of 2024, the Supreme Court began considering whether a law from 2002, known as the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, applies to the obstruction of the congressional proceedings that occurred on January 6, 2021. This legal scrutiny could potentially affect charges against former President Donald J. Trump and hundreds of Capitol rioters. This act was designed to prevent the destruction of evidence to obstruct official proceedings. Here, the term corruptly comes into play, which is now under intense debate by the justices. Does corruptly require specific intent or benefit? That's the question. The case in question involves Joseph W. Fischer, a former police officer involved in the Capitol assault. His case raises questions about the law's interpretation and application to the events of January 6th. Now let's rewind a bit. In 2021, the Supreme Court ended congressional Democrats' attempts to determine if Trump lied in the Mueller probe. The House Judiciary Committee's pursuit of confidential testimony about interactions with Trump during the 2016 campaign was thwarted, leaving unresolved a major separation of powers fight over the secrecy of grand jury information. Moving forward to 2022, the Supreme Court decided not to block the release of Trump White House documents to the House January 6th committee. This was seen as a significant setback for the former president's attempts to conceal his actions during the 2021 Capitol riot. In late 2023, the Supreme Court accepted the Fischer v. U.S. case, which challenges a law related to obstructing official proceedings. This case could impact Trump's D.C. election interference case and the charges against hundreds of January 6th defendants. In summary, the obstruction case before the Supreme Court could potentially bar charges against former President Trump. The interpretation of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act and its application to the events of January 6th are under review. The case involves Joseph W. Fischer, a former police officer involved in the Capitol assault, and its outcome could have broader implications for legal challenges involving Mr. Trump and the Capitol attack. So, as we wait for the Supreme Court's decision, the question remains: will this case pave the way for a legal lifeline for Trump and the January 6th rioters? Only time will tell.